Hi, everyone. Thank you for choosing to take your time today to join us here on Mindset Matters. Just wanted to check in and see if everyone's doing well. If you'd like to reach out just for a friend, you can email me at mindsetmatterspodcast1@gmail.com. I also encourage you to visit our interactive website at mindsetmatterspodcast1.com. And there you can leave a voicemail if you would like to be played on a future episode. You can share anything that's on your heart or mind, or a prayer request, or answer the prompt of what gives you hope. I really hope you take the time to listen to the entirety of the episode today. It's an important one. Elie Wiesel had a passion for speaking to the heart of people regarding indifference to any sort of cruelty towards people. Little did he probably foresee that now there's not even indifference, but a denial that things like the Holocaust actually happened. So it's an important episode, especially given the current events. And so I hope you enjoy it. Enter the profound world of Elie Wiesel, a survivor, storyteller, and Nobel Laureate who bore witness to the darkest chapter in human history. Join us on an emotional journey through his life and legacy as we explore the enduring impact of the Holocaust experiences and his relentless pursuit of justice and remembrance. In this podcast, we'll delve into the heart of Elie Wiesel's writings, his unwavering commitment to human rights, and the indomitable spirit that emerged from the depths of despair. Prepare to be moved, enlightened, and inspired by the enduring light of Elie Wiesel's memory. Welcome to Mindset Matters, The Courage to Continue, the podcast where we explore the extraordinary lives of ordinary individuals who have overcome immense challenges and emerged as beacons of inspiration. I'm your host, Lisa Sinclair, and today we embark on a remarkable journey into the life of one such individual. This is episode 14, The Courage to Take a Stand Against Indifference, the hero heart of Elie Wiesel. Elie Wiesel came into this world in the picturesque town of Sighet, nestled in the Carpathian Mountains of Romania, a place that exuded a rich tapestry of languages and cultures. Born to Sarah Feig and Shlomo Visel, young Elie was immersed in a linguistic mosaic at home. Yiddish was the common thread binding his family's communication, but they also interwove the threads of German, Hungarian, and Romanian into their daily conversations. In the nurturing embrace of his family, Elie's upbringing was a unique blend of influences. His father, Shlomo, was a beacon of humanism, guiding young Elie towards the wisdom of Hebrew and the enchanting world of literature. It was through Shlomo that Elie learned to appreciate the power of reason and the written word. In contrast, his mother, Sarah, was a fervent advocate for the study of the Torah, infusing Elie's life with a deep sense of faith. Elie often mused that his father personified reason, illuminating the path of rationality, while his mother, Sarah, was the embodiment of unwavering faith. The delicate balance between reason and faith shaped his worldview in a profound way. Elie's family was composed of 3 resilient sisters, each with a unique story etched by the tides of war. Beatrice and Hilda, his older sisters, defied the horrors of the Holocaust and managed to survive. Their remarkable journey led them to a heartwarming reunion with Elie at a French orphanage, where the bonds of family triumphed over adversity. Eventually, their paths took them across the Atlantic to North America. Tragically, the shadows of the Holocaust cast their darkest hue on Elie's younger sister Tzipora and his parents, Shlomo and Sarah. Their stories, unlike those of the siblings, were abruptly cut short, and they did not survive the relentless brutality of that dark chapter in history. Their memory stands as a poignant reminder of the countless lives cruelly extinguished during those tumultuous times. In the fateful month of March 1944, the ominous shadow of Germany's occupation spread its chilling grip over Hungary. This marked the expansion of the Holocaust into the heart of northern Transylvania, where Elie, a mere 15-year-old at the time, found himself trapped in a nightmarish web of history. Alongside his family and the entire Jewish community of Szeged, the town of his birth and upbringing, Elie was herded into one of the two confinement ghettos hastily established in Szeged, also known as Szeged. Their once familiar streets now bore witness to their confinement, a cruel irony that left an indelible mark on Elie's memory. In the bleak May of 1944, under the weight of relentless German pressure, the Hungarian authorities initiated the harrowing deportation of the Jewish population to the infamous Auschwitz concentration camp. This macabre journey led to a heart-wrenching truth, as up to 90% of those who arrived at Auschwitz met their tragic end, an unfathomable horror that Elie would carry with him throughout his life. Tragedy struck swiftly, claiming his mother and younger sister, who were ruthlessly murdered upon arrival. The stark reality of the Holocaust became clear, a nightmare from which there was no escape. Elie and his father, however, were granted a temporary reprieve from the horrors of the gas chambers. Their fate was sealed as long as they remained able-bodied, subjected to forced labor that seemed like a grim bargain with fate. A delicate thread of hope clung to them, one day that they both desperately clung to. Surviving Auschwitz meant a chance at life. For Elie, this chance was intertwined with the knowledge that his father still drew breath. Elie maintained that his father's existence was his lifeline, the driving force that kept him fighting for one more day. In the darkest of times, this familial bond became the source of his strength. However, after their ordeal in Auschwitz, father and son were torn from the jaws of one hell and thrust into another, deported to the dreaded Buchenwald concentration camp. There, amidst the relentless brutality, Elie's father succumbed to the relentless suffering, passing away before the camp's eventual liberation. Elie Wiesel's memoir, titled Night, captures the heart-wrenching moments when he was forced to bear witness to the physical and emotional torment inflicted upon his father. The powerlessness he felt in the face of his father's suffering became an enduring source of shame and a testament to the unimaginable weight of the Holocaust's horrors. In the cruel branding of Auschwitz, Elie's identity was reduced to a chilling, impersonal A-7713 etched onto his left arm. This inhumane marking, a number that would haunt his memories, served as a grim reminder of the dehumanizing machinery of the Holocaust. However, amidst the darkest of days, a glimmer of hope emerged. On the brink of being evacuated from the hellish confines of Buchenwald, salvation arrived in the form of the U.S. Third Army. On April 11, 1945, these liberators shattered the chains that bound them, offering a long-awaited reprieve from the horrors they had endured. This moment marked the birth of a new chapter, one filled with profound gratitude for survival and the promise of freedom. When the horrors of World War II finally subsided and Elie regained his freedom, he embarked on a journey of recovery. He became a part of a group of 1,000 young survivors from Buchenwald who were transported to Ypres, France, where the Oeuvre de Secours aux Enfants, OSE, had established a haven for rehabilitation. This center was a place where the shattered pieces of young lives could be mended and hope could be rekindled. Within this larger group, Visel found his niche among 90 to 100 boys hailing from Orthodox backgrounds. They shared a common desire for kosher facilities and a more devout way of life, seeking solace in their faith. Their special care was entrusted to the compassionate guidance of Judith Hemmingdinger, whose unwavering dedication provided them with a sense of belonging and safety. Their journey towards healing began in Ambloy, but later continued in Taverny, where this nurturing home operated until 1947. In these places, amid the echoes of their shared trauma, these young survivors learned to rediscover life, faith, and hope. Elie's journey then took him to the vibrant city of Paris. There he embarked on a remarkable personal odyssey, immersing himself in the rich tapestry of French culture and intellectual pursuit. Determined to rebuild his life, Visel delved into the depths of the French language, learning its nuances and complexities. He sought solace and enlightenment in the hallowed halls of the Sorbonne, where he explored the realms of literature, philosophy, and psychology. It was here that he had the privilege of attending lectures by luminaries of thought, including the eminent philosopher Martin Buber and the existentialist giant Jean-Paul Sartre. These encounters with intellectual giants broadened his horizons and enriched his understanding of the human experience. Nights in Paris found Visel immersed in the pages of great literary minds: Dostoevsky's profound exploration of the human psyche, Kafka's surreal and haunting narratives, and Thomas Mann's intricate storytelling were his companions. Through these literary journeys, he ventured into the depths of the human soul, drawing strength and insight from the voices of these literary giants as he continued his quest for meaning and understanding in a world forever marked by the shadows of the Holocaust. In the decade following the end of World War II, Elie carried a heavy burden of silence, steadfastly refusing to commit his Holocaust experiences to paper or conversation. The horrors of those years were a dark abyss he was not yet ready to confront, let alone share with the world. However, fate had a different plan for him. It was a chance meeting with the eminent French author François Moriaque, a Nobel Laureate in literature, that began to thaw the ice around his heart. Moriaque, a devout Christian and a hero of the French resistance, saw Visel, a metaphorical Lazarus, a man who had emerged from the depths of darkness, much like the biblical figure risen from the dead. Through the depths of Visel's tormented eyes, Moriaque glimpsed what he poignantly referred to as, quote, the death of God in the soul of a child, end quote. This haunting revelation struck a chord with both of them. In Moriaque, Visel found an unexpected mentor and friend, someone who could understand the depths of his suffering. It was Moriaque who gently, yet persistently, persuaded Visel to embark on the daunting journey of putting his harrowing experiences into words, to give voice to the unspeakable horrors, and to ensure that the memory of the Holocaust would never fade into obscurity. This meeting marked the beginning of a profound transformation for Elie Wiesel, leading him on a path toward becoming one of the most prominent voices in Holocaust literature. The genesis of Elie's seminal work, Night, unfolds as a remarkable literary journey. His first foray into capturing his Holocaust experience began with the epic 900-page memoir, On die Welt hat geschwiegen, and the world remained silent, penned in Yiddish. This poignant account, born from the depths of his memory, found its first home in Buenos Aires, where an abridged version was published. Undeterred by the challenge of rendering his harrowing story into a new tongue, Visel undertook a profound transformation. The manuscript underwent a metamorphosis, emerging as the shorter, yet equally potent, French version, quote, La Nuit, end quote, in 1955. This version would become the source of a pivotal moment in the legacy of Holocaust literature, when it was later translated into English as, quote, night, end quote, in 1960. Although the book initially saw modest sales, it sent ripples through the literary world, catching the attention of discerning reviewers. These early sparks of interest ignited a chain reaction, leading to television interviews with Visel and facilitating encounters with luminaries of literature, such as the renowned Saul Bellow. Night would eventually become a beacon of memory and a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, ensuring that the world would never forget the horrors of the Holocaust. As Night began to cast its compelling narrative far and wide, its impact transcended borders and languages. With a remarkable flourish, the book found its way into the hearts and minds of readers across the globe, ultimately being translated into a staggering 30 languages. In the United States alone, 10 million copies found their way into eager hands. In 1969, it was his personal life that went under a transformation, as he married Austrian Marion Erster Rose. Their union was not only one of love, but also a partnership in the world of literature, as Marion played a pivotal role in translating many of Wiesel's books. This collaboration deepened their connection, both personally and professionally. Their shared journey led to the birth of their son, Shlomo Elisha Visel, a name that carried profound significance as it honored the memory of Wiesel's father. The legacy of survival, memory, and love continued to flourish within the family, forging a path of remembrance and hope for generations to come. Elie, together with his devoted wife Marion, embarked on a mission to make the world a more compassionate and understanding place. Their journey led to the creation of the Elie Wiesel's Foundation for Humanity. This was founded in 1986 as an institution that would become a beacon of hope and education, striving to combat indifference and intolerance. Elie's dedication to preserving the memory of the Holocaust knew no bounds. He assumed the pivotal role of chairman of the President's Commission on the Holocaust, which later evolved into the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Council. During his tenure, he spearheaded a monumental undertaking, the construction of the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, which is in the heart of Washington, D.C. This institution would serve as a testament to the human spirit and remind generations to come of the atrocities of the past and the importance of never forgetting. In 1986, the Nobel Peace Prize, one of the world's most esteemed honors, found its way into the hands of Elie Wiesel. His remarkable achievement was a recognition of his unwavering commitment to raising his voice against the brutal forces of violence, oppression, and racism. It was a testament to his tireless advocacy for a world where compassion and justice would prevail. In his heartfelt acceptance speech, Visel articulated a timeless truth that transcended the boundaries of time and space. He underscored the urgency of speaking out against injustice, emphasizing that silence, when faced with torment and cruelty, only emboldens the oppressors. He recognized the necessity of interference when human lives are imperiled and when the very essence of human dignity is at stake. In a world where borders and sensitivities often overshadow empathy and responsibility, Elie Wiesel's words stand as a compelling reminder that we must rise above the constraints of nationhood to protect the sanctity of human life and the value of human dignity. In the spring of 1999, Elie Wiesel stood in the heart of Washington, D.C., wielding the power of his words as he delivered a speech that would reverberate through the corridors of history. His address, titled "The Perils of Indifference," was a profound critique of those individuals and nations who had chosen the path of apathy during the darkest days of the Holocaust. Visel painted a vivid picture of indifference, likening it to a state of neutrality, where one stands idly between two opposing forces. In the context of the Holocaust, this indifference was tantamount to turning a blind eye to the unspeakable suffering endured by its victims. Throughout his speech, he passionately argued that even a modicum of attention, be it positive or negative, was preferable to the chilling void of indifference. In his view, attention, regardless of its nature, was an acknowledgement of humanity's shared responsibility to confront the injustices of the world, rather than a willful ignorance of them. On the morning of July 2nd, 2016, the world mourned as the news of Elie Wiesel's passing broke. In the heart of Manhattan, his life's journey came to a close at the age of 87. The loss of this towering figure was deeply felt, leaving an indelible void in the realm of human rights and Holocaust literature. Yet, even after his passing, the struggle against anti-Semitism persisted. In a stark reminder of the work that still lay ahead, in 2018, anti-Semitic graffiti marred the house where Visel was born. This disturbing incident serves as a solemn reminder that the fight against hatred and intolerance must endure. Please listen to the words of Elie Wiesel.
Does it mean that we have learned from the past? Does it mean that society has changed? Has the human being become less indifferent and more human? Have we really learned from our experiences? Are we less insensitive to the plight of victims of ethnic cleansing and other forms of injustices in places near and far? What about the children? Oh, we see them on television, we read about them in the papers. And we do so with a broken heart. Their fate is always the most tragic, inevitably. When adults wage war, children perish. We see their faces, their eyes. Do we hear their pleas? Do we feel their pain, their agony? Every minute, one of them dies of disease, violence, famine. Some of them, so many of them, could be saved. And so, once again, I think of the young Jewish boy from the Carpathian Mountains. He has accompanied the old man I have become throughout these years of quest and struggle. And together we walk towards the new millennium, carried by profound fear and extraordinary hope.
Thank you for listening today. I hope this episode has been thought-provoking for you. If you have a hero heart story from your corner of the world, please send it to mindsetmatterspodcast1@gmail.com. I'll leave you with this quote from Elie Wiesel. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it's indifference. I hope you will join us for the next episode, highlighting Togo the sled dog. Hope to see you then. Thank you for giving your time to listen to this episode of Mindset Matters, The Courage to Continue. You are of value. You are loved. You are not alone. If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide, help is available. Dial 988 24 hours a day for free confidential support. If you are not in crisis but need support, please feel free to reach out to me at the email mindsetmatterspodcast1@gmail.com. Again, that's all lowercase, mindsetmatterspodcast1@gmail.com.